The 2026 season has arrived. I'm Scott Hansen, and this is your EA Sports Weekly Recap for Week 1. Plenty of action to get you caught up on. We'll start in Jacksonville. The Jaguars at home to take on the Carolina Panthers. And this is Teteroa McMillan. He was a tough man to pin down all game long. This, one of his 2 touchdown catches. The Panthers come away with the victory on the road in the season opener. From there, it's down to the Big Easy in New Orleans. We'll check in on the Saints as they play host to the Arizona Cardinals. And it's Alvin Kamara. He's going to get in from 6 yards out. The Saints give Kellen Moore his first win as head coach. They get the job done here. Got one more to show you. Let's go to Denver. It's the Broncos taking on the Tennessee Titans. And it's the second-year quarterback, Bo Nix. One of his 3 touchdown passes on the afternoon. The Broncos wind up winning this one in front of the home crowd to begin the new season. And that'll do it for us. After a fun first week, let's do it again, shall we? Scott Hansen here in Orlando. Good night from EA Sports.
The temperatures outside routinely topping 100 degrees, but we are inside State Farm Stadium in Glendale. That sound of the Big Red Siren brings the Cardinals and their fans to action. Coming up, 2 teams ready to square off. It's the Carolina Panthers and the Arizona Cardinals. On the Carolina sideline, it's their head coach, Dave Canales. His guys coming off a road victory in their opener a week ago, looking to make it 2 in a row before heading home. His counterpart, the Cardinals' Jonathan Gannon. His guys, on the other hand, couldn't pull one out last week in the opener, so they're looking for their first win at home here in Week 2.
Sam Martin set to kick off.
So glad to have you with us. Mike Tirico next to Greg Olson here in the booth. And off we go from Arizona. Jones now on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So the Cardinals come out. They are led by their quarterback, Kyler Murray. Man, time flies, Greg. The #1 overall pick in 2019. The 7th year for Murray leading the Birds.
If there was one thing, Mike, that I thought was really evident walking out of our meeting with him earlier in the week was just how much he shouldered the blame for last week's loss. He said, those 2 interceptions I threw, those are just inexcusable. And he didn't want to talk about the touchdown passes and all the good that he did. And while I think that's certainly commendable, there was a lot of other bad stuff going on that field too. So I think there's a lot of things they can clean up, and if they do, I think they got a great shot in this one.
They'll go again here to Connor. Can he get away? No! He's going to be taken down behind the line. Well, we have a moment while we take a look at the key inactives not playing in the ball game here this afternoon. On third down, Murray. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
He has to do a better job identifying where the pressure is coming from, Mike, before the ball is snapped. He's got to get this ball out of his hand to his outlet, to his hot receiver. But then once he senses the pressure, he kind of panics, and it's an easy sack. It's going to bring up fourth down.
Panthers now ready to get to work on offense for the first time. They're led out by the former Tar Heel, their rookie quarterback out of North Carolina.
You know you have a good week, Mike, when it takes all 5 fingers on one hand just to show how many touchdowns you threw in last week's win. Now, do we expect him to do that 2 weeks in a row? I'm not sure that's realistic, but as long as he continues to operate at this high of a level, they're going to have a strong chance to win every single week.
And he's going to... brought down, but not until he gets inside the 35.
Panthers, first down. First and 10 at the 31.
On first down, it's right back to Hubbard. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. It's a pickup of 12. It's a Carolina first down.
First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Ready, yellow, 40 seconds.
On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. He's got the first-round pick, Teneroa McMillan. And he's in. What a drive. Teneroa McMillan. Touchdown, Carolina. It's his 3rd touchdown catch this year.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. 2 guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
So the lead stands at 6-0 as this one is kicked off. Jones now on the return. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. The Cardinals offense ready now for their 2nd drive. Greg, it's one of those weird feelings you build all year for the opener. And you play a tight game and lose. It kind of changes the feeling coming into this week a little bit.
Yeah, it certainly does, and if you're not careful, what's that Cardinal rule? You don't want one loss to turn into 2, one bad play to turn into 2. The best teams in this league, Mike, they have an uncanny ability that regardless, good or bad, blowout or close one from the previous week before, it doesn't lead into the next week's work and ultimately the next week's game. So we'll find out, were they able to learn from the good? And there certainly was a lot of it. But can they move forward today and not let the disappointment of last week trickle into today?
Trying to get it to Michael Wilson that time. And now it's going to be 3rd down. From the gun, it's Murray. And he'll just have to throw this one away. There was nowhere to go downfield. And now it's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Blake Gillikin now. And John's a punt for the 2nd time in this opening quarter. This brought in out past the 20. That could have broken for a bigger return, but as it is, nice job getting his offense a start out past the 30-yard line. Boy, some bulk in the formation on that right side here for 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Now, faking the give. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. 18 yards. And a great way to start the drive. It's a first down.
First down.
Ready, set.
A gain of 18.
A run with Hubbard.
First down.
He'll take this ahead. It's a pickup of 3. That's Jalen Thompson up from his safety spot to bring him down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 6.
Set. Ready, ready.
He'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen here to Hubbard. He's going to be taken down at about the 30. They had the right play call. The screen goes for 15 and a first down.
Every staff in the league that understands that we have to play a rookie quarterback, regardless of their talent, regardless of how high they were drafted. The ideal situation is to fill that huddle with as many veteran players as possible. The quarterback's going to be young. He's going to make some mistakes. The more veteran, talented guys around him, the easier it is to weather those mistakes.
He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot. It's going to be 3rd. They need 1.
3rd and 1.
Set. Hut.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. This is caught at the 2. And he's close to the goal line. Won't have the touchdown, but he does pick it up on 3rd down.
That's another.
From the 1-yard line, first down and goal.
First and goal at the 1-yard line.
Set.
No, he's not going to get in. In fact, they've shoved him backwards.
On the set.
2nd and goal. Now it's from the 6-yard line.
Ready, go.
The 6-yard line.
Now some movement up front. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time here today. Ike Mukwanu, former 6th overall pick. Guilty on that one.
Still 2nd down.
The task a bit tougher as they face 2nd and goal.
Set. Hut, hut.
They'll look to throw. They'll try to hit him with a screen. And he'll take this down to the 2 with a good tackle there. Going to set up 3rd and goal.
Ultra. Go ultra. Down. Ready.
He'll drop to throw. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. And he's going nowhere. Met and dropped behind the line. And now it's 4th and goal.
And that's a really heads-up play by the defender, Mike. Once he diagnosed the screen, he immediately puts himself in position to make the play. This offense just winds up going backwards.
Jones now on the return. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Out comes the Arizona offense. They get ready for their next possession. They've had it twice, and they've punted twice, still seeking that first down of the game as they begin this 3rd drive. And he's going to be taken down at the 37. 13 yards to start that drive. And a quick first down.
And the Cardinals, first down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
1 quarter in the books. The Panthers off to the early advantage. Greg and I back here in Glendale after this. Second quarter starts. Cardinals in possession of the football as they've got it with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Murray. Back to the right side. Caught by McBride. He's going to be out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line.
Cardinals first down. 1st and 10 at the 30.
Working from the shotgun, it's Murray. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver knew what was going on. That's incomplete. 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
To throw again is Murray. Got a man downfield. It's Wilson. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
Gain of 31 yards.
Now a chance to pay off that big play. They have it 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
Throwing again is Murray. And that one just kept getting worse and worse until finally they bring him down.
Now after taking that loss on the sack, it changes your entire approach offensively. You go from playing for 6 to now everything is just about coming away with points.
A throw left side, going to be intercepted. Picked off by a Caleb Evans. And the Panthers are going to have the ball at their own 18-yard line.
Come on, set. Hut, hut.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Pass is caught. That's DJ Moore. They're going to get this all the way up close to the 40-yard line. First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a 1st down.
Set, go.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Time for the deep shot, looking for Thielen. And he's in. Adam Thielen. Touchdown, Panthers. It's his 2nd touchdown of the year.
Think back to the spring, Mike. We all watched the highlights of this guy's pro day, and you always question, why do they make these quarterbacks just rear back and throw it as far as they can? How often are they really going to do that? Well, when they do, like we saw here, it is a thing of beauty. He put that big arm on display with that last pass, and it winds up going for 6.
Fitzgerald now for the extra point. It's up and good. Panthers add on one more as they extend their 2nd quarter lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. To return is Greg Dortch. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Cardinals offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. Greg, you take a peek back and look at the NFC West in totality, you just are reminded of how quick things change. I don't think anybody in the country thought the 49ers would be the last place team in this division last year. Shows you, one, how changeable it is, but also the quality of teams in this division.
Absolutely. And I mean, they were the Super Bowl favorite, at least out of the NFC a year ago, and then to find themselves 6 and 11 at the bottom looking up, it's pretty remarkable. But to your point, Mike, it just shows health, a little bit of good fortune. The other teams in your division, if they're a little weaker, your path is stronger. There's so many elements. The way the NFL schedule is set up, it's all tied. If you're good, we're trying to bring you back down towards the middle. If you're bad, we're trying to bring you up towards the middle.
Oh, a loose football. And the Panthers are going to recover the football. And now, following the turnover, we have an injured player on the field. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment.
Ready, set, go.
This drive begins with a run by Hubbard. And he will not be able to turn upfield. They'll drop him behind the line. So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14.
Ready, hut, hut.
Back to throw. Rolling to the left. He's going to run it. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Taking advantage of the room to run. A gain of 19 on the scramble. Here's 1st and 10.
First down.
Ready?
Now they'll set up to throw. Moving left, and that time the pressure too much. He'll go down. Zayvon Collins. He had a sack in the opener last week. He's got another one here. A give up the middle. It's Hubbard. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1. 3rd and long.
And it's 3rd.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready?
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. That one's hauled in left side by McMillan. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
It's a gain of 27 yards. And the Panthers first
Set.
down.
Set.
On 1st down, it is Hubbard. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down.
Steal. Check.
Brings
Steal.
up 2nd and 9.
Set.
At the Cardinals' 25-yard line.
Ready.
They'll go again with Hubbard. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 10 yards. It's good for a Panther 1st down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
Hey, check.
On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They'll look to set up the screen here. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. He's had a lot of success throwing the ball early. Look at the numbers. Already up over 200 passing yards. Arizona will take its first timeout. Clock will stop, and they'll get together prior to the 2nd down play.
Here we go. Check.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Oh, an ill-advised throw there. It's an interception. And he's going to set up his guys with great field position. A huge chance to cut into the deficit.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But, boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
The Panthers will take their first timeout, and they'll get a chance to catch their breath over on the sideline. On 1st down, Murray. Here's a screen set up for Benson.
Here.
Murray's pass.
Let's go.
It is 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6. At the Panthers' 40.
Working out of the gun, Murray. And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield.
10 yards on
DJ Wanham working his way in to earn his 2nd sack of this first half. Now a timeout charge to Arizona. That is their 2nd. We'll talk things over before 3rd down.
Omaha.
Out of the gun, it's Murray. Pass complete there to Harrison. Now a timeout for Carolina. It's going to be their 2nd as they'll discuss what's to come. This 4th down is looming.
for the Cardinals.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line.
20-yard line.
The Panthers offense and their back Chuba Hubbard set to come back on the field. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10.
Ready?
Right away, they'll set up to throw. There's a short one caught by Sanders. And he's out past the 30 and out of bounds. That one good for a dozen and a very quick first down.
A gain of 12.
Now, faking the give. He's going to air this one out. That one incomplete. The defender right there to make the play. And it's second down.
Incomplete. It's second down and 10.
Let's go now.
He'll look to throw. Flushed to his left. Now he takes off. And a nice gain there. He's out of bounds, and that will bring up third down.
That's a smart play. Second down, don't force it if it's not there. He's able to tuck it, pick up some extra yards, and set up a more manageable third down.
He'll let this go deep for the end zone. That one incomplete. Coverage outstanding there. Able to jar the ball free in a big spot. And now it is fourth down. A fair catch signaled, and they'll have it just outside their own 20. The Cardinals offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. They'll begin with first and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9. Just a yard short of that first down. Now it's second and 1.
Second and 1.
From the gun, it's Murray. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. Third and a yard.
Nick Scott on the coverage.
Now Murray. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
A little indecisive there, Mike. I thought he could have pulled the trigger a tad sooner. Instead, he just holds onto the ball a little too long. The windows close up and ultimately has no choice but to just simply throw the ball away.
And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football.
Ultra. Go ultra. Ready, set.
They will start it on the ground to run that clock. They converge on him quickly. He'll only get a couple. Walter Nolan in there on the stop. So, halftime here out west. Let's send it east to Scott Hanson. He has our EA Sports halftime
Our
report.
trip around the NFL starts now. At Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh, the Steelers at home to take on the Seahawks in a rematch of Super Bowl 40. And it's the veteran Cooper Kupp. Playing like street football. Everyone go deep. And this time, it works. This is going to wind up as an 85-yard catch and run for the touchdown. The Seahawks even up their record at 1-1 as they get the win here. Meanwhile, let's check in on the Dolphins as they play host to the New England Patriots. And it's Tua Tagovailoa, a 21-yard touchdown pass. The Dolphins are off to a good start, 2-0 on the young season. Lastly, let's go over to MetLife Stadium. The Jets taking on the Buffalo Bills. And it's last year's MVP, Josh Allen. He had it going. This, one of his 4 touchdown passes on the day. The Bills get a second straight win to start the year as they get the tough road victory. We'll give you a look now at the remainder of the games in progress in the early window and what's still to come here in Week 2 of the National Football League regular season. Meanwhile, in our game, it was a competitive, hard-hitting first half. We expect more of the same going forward as we send you back out to the broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. On the return, here's Trevor Etienne. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Panthers offense and their back Chuba Hubbard set to come back on the field. So, Greg, let's pull back big picture and talk NFC South for a second, a division that you know so well. We've got teams that have been to the Super Bowl in the last 15 or so years out of this division. Yet people overlook it at times, and maybe they've overlooked how good Tampa's been the last 4 years, too.
Well, it's funny, Mike. You think it wasn't very long ago that the NFC South was the toughest division in football. I mean, you mentioned Super Bowl teams. Tampa Bay won one recently with Brady, and then Atlanta, they make a Super Bowl with Matt Ryan, and New Orleans, and obviously the success they had with Drew Brees. In Carolina, we played in a Super Bowl. I mean, this was a division you didn't want to play. Now, they've all fallen on their resets, new coaches, new quarterbacks. Tampa Bay has done the best job weathering.
Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. Oh, he gets it right back. Oh, man, Greg, those must be scary times for a player. Not that it happened to you often, but he lost the ball but was able to get it back and avoid the turnover.
Well, Mike, I hate to admit it, but unfortunately, I was in that situation a few times, and I'll tell you what, when that ball pops out of your hand, the only thing on your mind is there anything I can do to get it back? In this case, he was able to get it back, and he dodged the bullet.
1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
On the give, it's Hubbard. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Let's go. Ready?
On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. Across midfield, shot out of a cannon. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
It's a gain of 20.
Check right.
The Panther 1st down.
Here we go.
On the give, it's Hubbard. He'll move the pile forward. Let's give him a couple. Corner Garrett Williams there on the stop. From the 33, here's 2nd down and 7.
Let's go next.
Another run here with Hubbard. He's able to get away from one man, but the reinforcements were there fast. He's taken down for a loss on the play. 1st down away to the 26-yard line. And here's 3rd down.
Yellow, foot, ready?
They'll throw out of the gun. On the move left. He manages to get the throw away and completes it.
Another great throw, and that's been the story as you check out these numbers. I mean, he has done everything this team has asked of him and more.
A gain of 13 yards. 1st down, Carolina.
Hut.
They'll run, and for the first time, it's Jonathan Brooks. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4. At the 15-yard line.
Hut.
He'll drop to throw. Gonna set up the screen here to Hubbard. And this drive's gonna continue. They bring him down, but not before he picks up 1st and goal for his team.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point, and now the next step is...
Oh, making defenders look silly out there on his way into the end zone. Chuba Hubbard, touchdown Carolina. His 2nd rushing touchdown of the year. The extra point, up and good. And the Panthers will extend this 3rd quarter lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Jones now on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Cards offense ready for their first possession of this 2nd half. You know, Greg, as we get the season going, obviously the adjustment to last year's new kickoff rules in place. We talked to a lot of coaches during the year. Folks didn't seem too bothered about letting the other team have the ball at the 30-yard line after a a touchback. But the 35-yard line, I don't know, does that feel any different to you?
You know, it does, and I think the part that people don't talk about enough, Mike, is the impact that it's making.
The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line. Shy Tuttle. He gets in to drop him for his first sack of the young season. Now Murray on 3rd and long. And that is incomplete contact, but no flags. It's going to be 4th down. The Cardinals line up for a punt as this drive quickly stalled out, so he's on to punt it away. This fielded inside the 35. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. There's Dave Canales, the Carolina head coach, his Panthers, heading back onto the field. Well, Greg, as the season starts, really the season never ends. Think back to the schedule release, the draft has become this multi-day huge event. Green Bay crushed it with all the folks around the stadium in Lambeau, and some big names will be tied to that draft forever. A couple of the rookies that you've watched that are just sticking out in your mind, interested to see how they fit in the league as this season gets going.
Yeah, you know, obviously so much attention around the quarterback position. Cam Ward goes #1, and then obviously with Shador and all the conversations around that as the draft unfolded. But I think a guy that's going to be fun to watch when you talk about fit, I think you look at Ashton Genty. He gets drafted by Vegas. He's now with the Raiders. Pete Carroll. It kind of has the feel of, is he his Marshawn Lynch? Is he the bell cow back, under center, Geno Smith, play action, set up that run game, play good defense? This feels like the early path Pete Carroll took when he took over in Seattle and turned them into a Super Bowl champion. So I'm not saying Genty's Marshawn Lynch, but he certainly feels like that's the fit the Raiders were going for when they took him with their first-round pick.
Hey, let me ask you about Travis Hunter. Of course, the Heisman winner, Colorado, great play, both sides of the ball as a receiver and a corner. You know, Greg, it's hard to come in this league and play well on one side of the ball. Is it realistic to think you may see him on both offense and defense?
Well, that's the million-dollar question, and I think to start, you have to say, okay, let's hang our hat on something. And I think when you look at the league, where is it harder to find impactful players? I believe it's harder to find impactful defensive backs. I think it's a harder position. I think the league favors the offense with the rules and the play style. So if I'm Jacksonville, I'm making Travis Hunter a defensive back on day one, and then I'm going to package my offensive plays around his skill set to take advantage of him as a wide receiver. And then as time goes on, it will eventually unfold where he'll be able to have a role on both sides of the ball more consistently. So if I was in Jacksonville, that's what I would do. But I think it's going to be very interesting to see how fast and how big of a role on both sides they give Hunter early in his rookie year.
In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. That one way too slow in developing. They rally to the ball, they get the man, and it's no good. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
Set, ready, set.
They'll look to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he'll get forward, give him about 4 yards before getting out of bounds, and that's going to bring up 3rd down.
Ready, ready. Smash, smash. Yellow, 43. Hut, hut.
They'll try to set up the screen here. He's looking for room on the edge, but could not find any. They track him down behind the line, and it's 4th down. Looked like there was an issue with the snap. He pulled it wide to the left. No good. And they are not able to add on to their big lead.
They're just trying to extend the lead here, and this is definitely one they're going to want to have back.
RPO, quick throw, grabbed by Wilson. Oh, a nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
2nd and 10. At the
On 2nd down, Murray. A throw on the move is caught. He'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line. So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10.
And the Cardinals, 1st down.
And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10.
Cardinals, 1st down.
From the shotgun, it's Murray. That's taken in by the running back, Benson. He's going to be taken down at about the 30. They hit another 17. Back-to-back plays of 17 yards. And another 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Murray. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. The Panthers have it.
You know, Mike, with the importance being placed on yards after the catch, we're seeing more and more guys really emphasize turning into a runner as soon as possible. And, of course, it's a critical part of today's modern offense. But the part you have to remember, the yards are never more important than protecting the ball, so it needs to continue to be stressed. Yes, we want the big explosive play after the catch, but never at the expense of the ball.
And he will not be able to turn upfield. They'll drop him behind the line.
Right, what, ready? 52, book, hut.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. A throw, left side, caught by Sanders. Terrific day throwing the ball, and the numbers now show it. Over 300 yards passing in this one.
A gain of 18
Here we go. Ready.
1st down.
On the ground, this is Hubbard. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
Ready.
He'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
At the Cardinals' 46-yard
Here we go. Ready.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. A short one there, caught by Tremble. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
It's a gain of 23.
Plenty of room after that catch. Big gainer of 23.
It's a gain of 23 yards. 1st down, Panthers.
Come on, hut.
From the pistol, a give to Hubbard. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down.
And what's that one thing you hear from coaches all the time, Mike, right? Finish strong, and he's doing just that. His numbers here in this one, they have been terrific. But he's going to give you a full 4 quarters, and I think at this point in the game, he knows there's even more yards to be had.
Oh, in trouble, and down he goes. Josh Sweat in there to bring him down. And that's his 1st sack of the year. On play action, he'll set up to throw. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Garrett Williams. And the Cardinals are going to get the ball back on the turnover. They hold on 4th down.
I think you chalk this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again.
2nd and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Out of the pistol, it's Murray. Over the middle, it's Harrison. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 7.
It's a zone read, and Murray hanging on to it.
So I think as you look back over the course of this game, it's really been the inability of this offense, Mike, to create any sort of balanced attack to get anything going. And whether you look at the rushing yards, whether you look at just the points scored, This offense has to find a way going forward to generate more big plays and more balance, both run and pass.
And this will be a Cardinals first down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
13 yards on the play. That's good for a Cardinals.
They'll go again with Benson. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. And a stoppage here for injury. One of the Cardinals shaken up. Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and 2. Now it's Murray. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Murray. That's to the left side, taken in by Harrison. That's the 2nd time they connect on this drive. This one good for 13 yards.
And the Cardinals first down.
First and 10 now from the 36. Out of the gun, it's Murray. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Murray on 3rd down. Taking off, he'll try to get there. He is out of bounds. They have worked it inside the 15.
It's a gain of 18.
Set to go now on 1st and 10.
Cardinals first down. 1st and 10.
Working from the shotgun, it's Murray. And he's into the end zone. Michael Wilson. Touchdown, Arizona. That his 2nd TD catch of the season.
Will line up for the 2-point conversion.
From the gun, it's Murray. And he will get in for the 2. They open up the bag of tricks on the goal line and add a pair of points.
Well, that recovery certainly makes things a little more interesting, but you're still down 2 possessions, so you've got to work fast, score quickly, and then line back up and recover another one.
That's caught downfield by McBride. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. 2 timeouts still left, but scoring quickly here, a must. It's 1st and 10. Rolling right. Taking off. He is out of bounds. They have worked it inside the 15. Here's 1st and 10.
That's another Cardinals first down. 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
They'll drop to throw. That is caught. Fighting for the goal line. They're going to stop him just short, but he has picked up the 1st down. Forced out left. Good blocking, and he's in. Kyler Murray. Touchdown, Cardinals. That's his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. The kick here is good, so they are back within a possession. That gets it down to an 8-point game. They've got just the 2 timeouts remaining, so they'll line up and take their chances right here with an onside kick.
Late in the game, this is where you see teams really start taking some chances. And boy, this was a big one, but it's not going to work out.
Ready, set.
Now Hubbard. And they'll take this down inside the 35. Now a timeout charge to Arizona. That is their 2nd, as it comes with a minute 4 left to go in the game. Forced out wide. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. He was looking to get it to DJ Moore. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
Ready?
Now, faking the give. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be third down. Forced out wide. He'll try and get there on the ground. That is incomplete, but there is a flag down. Big call here. It was third down. So a big kick coming here for Ryan Fitzgerald. This to make it a two-possession lead. This one has plenty of legs, and it is good. And that could be big. They now take a two-score advantage. Dortch now to return it. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Cardinals offense getting set to get back to work. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10.
1-1. 2-2. 2-2 what?
Now Murray. That's caught by Harrison right side. Cards going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. It comes with 36 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. Here's 2nd down and 3.
At the 33-yard line.
Murray. Right back to Harrison. He's got him again. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
That's good.
Here's the spike, and that stops the clock with 25 seconds to go. Here's 2nd down. Murray. Trying to get away, but he will not. They finally run him down.
A loss of 13 yards brings up 3rd down.
Gonna need a big play now. 3rd down and long. Now Murray. This pressure is relentless. They get him again.
Let's go!
A loss of 5.
So this one a win for the visiting Panthers. They get the victory here, away from home, to run their early season record to 2-0. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.
A great 1-2 to start the year. Hi everyone, Scott Hanson, and this is your Week 2 edition of the EA Sports Weekly Recap. Lots to get to. We'll begin in Glendale, Arizona. The Cardinals at home to take on the Carolina Panthers. And it's a man who had a real nice season last year, Chuba Hubbard. All he needs is a crease, and he finds it. That's a 7-yard rushing touchdown. From there, it's down to the Big Easy in New Orleans. We'll check in on the Saints as they play host to the San Francisco 49ers. And it's Cedric Wilson. One of his 2 touchdown catches in the game coming right here. The Saints would go on to a 12-point victory. One more to bring you now. Let's go to Vegas, shall we? The Raiders hosting the LA Chargers. And it's the rookie, Omarion Hampton. He's going to scamper 31 yards to the house. Touchdown. The Chargers get their first win of the year, and they had to earn it, too. They get the road victory. That's a wrap. Until next time, I'm Scott Hanson. Good night from all of us at EA Sports. Fall is in the air and not a moment too soon. I'm Scott Hanson, and this is your EA Sports Weekly Recap for Week 3. Plenty of action to get to. We'll begin at MetLife Stadium. The Giants at home to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. And this is not exactly a thing of beauty, but it'll do the job. This will wind up a touchdown. Why don't we go over to Charm City now? Check in on the Ravens. They're hosting the Detroit Lions. And it's Jared Goff hooking up with the All-Pro Amon-Ra St. Brown. Middle of the end zone, touchdown. The Lions have now won 2 in a row after losing the opener. They get the victory here. Lastly, let's go out to Santa Clara. The 49ers hosting the Arizona Cardinals. And this is the Niners defense making the big play. They force the errant throw, it's picked off, and they've got room, they've got blockers, and no one's gonna get him. Touchdown. The Niners are back in the win column. They move to 2-1 with a Week 3 victory. Until next week, Scott Hanson, good night from Orlando.